Let me show you my wheel setup on my gravel bike. It's reliable and it's affordable. And by wheel setup, I mean basically my tire system here. I think you're going to like it. Okay, so why do I think that? This particular setup, I have ridden, well, let's see. This, by the way, this is what your bike looks like after you ride the dirty Kanza on a year without too much mud. And when you're too lazy to clean it off. So I rode the dirty Kanza 207 miles this year. I rode a stage of the Dirty Furty Stage Race. That was 109 miles. And I rode the River Riot. That was 145 miles. So what is that? That's like, it's a lot of miles. 450 plus. No flats. 0 flats. And so this setup that I have on there now, 44 bucks, 40 to 45 bucks, right? And I'll break those costs out. But and so I'm not talking about just one wheel. Usually, if you buy a gravel tire that is advertised as a gravel tire, you'll pay 40 bucks for just the tire, right? I'm talking about I paid 44 bucks for both tires, both tubes, and I put some sealant in the tube, right? So this tire is the it's the Furty brand, which is the performance bike brand. I got the bike the wrong way to see it. See? Right? They're what's called Gotham STs. The 35 millimeter width on the front and the back. Go to performancebike.com. You can buy those for 13 bucks a pop. So it's not fancy. It's a wire bead, which makes it a little heavier. It's got a little extra puncture protection under the tread. But the truth is, most 90% of punctures in these gravel races, if you're going to do a gravel race, you're worried about pinch flats. So I just put an 1.5 ounces of sealant in both tubes. I got the tubes, by the way, are Sunlight tubes with removable cores, so I can get the sealant in. So I put 1.5 ounces of sealant in both tires, and I won't say they're puncture proof. Certainly no tire is puncture proof, but the track record speaks for itself. So I've said in previous videos why I'd done this. I had done a couple of gravel races, 80-mile race and a 100-mile race, and punctured in both, and both were pinch flats, and I just said I can't continue to do this. You know, it's like I'm averaging about 80 miles per pinch flat. I got to do something, so I switched to this, and it's worked like a charm. So no fancy tubeless rims, no $50 tires, no super duper secret sealant, just basic stands, no tube sealants. Bought the 16-ounce jug, put 1.5 ounces on both tires. Now, you know, I said I had no punctures. I guess maybe that's probably not accurate to say. I'm guessing, based on how the dirty Kanza went, there were at least half a dozen times where you know, you're coming down a hill at a high rate of speed, and I mean like 30 to 35 miles an hour, and you hit a rut or a softball-sized chunk of gravel, you know, and you can just hear it make contact with the rim, and you think, oh, that's it. That's got to be the one. I'm going to be changing my tire, but in no case did I. But I'm guessing if I let the air out of these and try to take the tube out, it would probably be glued in there in several different spots. So anyhow, don't break the bank. If you want some puncture protection, you can do it on a budget and still be fairly effective. So hope somebody finds that useful.